Alright, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to B-Mac and Yachty. I'm B-Mac. Got my beautiful, lovely queen right here next to me.
Sunshine. Yachty. That's the sunshine of the sun.
Right? Yeah, the sun is shining, man. I'm glad. Spring is on the way, y'all. How y'all feel about early spring? I can't wait. Because where we live is very cold. Today, what's the video about?
About Jailen.
It's about the birth of our second born. His name is Jailen, aka PJ, aka
Dimples.
yeah, aka DJZ, as I call
AKA my twin.
it. But we're gonna do a little, story time because his birthday is coming up. Telling y'all about how he came in. It was special.
It was fun.
So it was right around the time, we just had little Brian. What was he, like a month?
No, he was 2 months.
He was like 2 months.
Yeah, he was July, August. I didn't get pregnant till end of August. I think for my mom's birthday.
Yeah, so it was right around there, and Yachty was she was feeling a certain way, and she was like, I want to have another baby. So I was like, you sure? So we talked about it, and she was like, yeah, I'm sure. So things happened.
We talked about it while getting it.
Yeah, while getting it. She was loving how it felt. But hey, what can I say?
That's the most weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, I'm in here getting it, and then she's like, I want to have another. I'm like, what? Are you sure? Because I'm like, I love kids, and I'm planning on repopulating the world with children. We're gonna have like 1 million little B-Macs running around.
No.
1 million little Yachties running around.
No, we don't need no more boys.
Y'all stay tuned to that. But we talked about it while making magic, as you would say. And what was it, like a month later? It happened.
I think so.
Remember, you was nervous about having Jailen. You was like nervous to tell your family. I was like, girl, you might as well tell them.
I think the second person who knew was my sister.
Yeah.
My mom was the third one because I showed her the test when she came home from work, and she went to the kitchen, and look.
We called my family quick.
She said, "What is that? Whose is that?" I'm like, mine.
She was like, in her mind, she was like, hell no.
With my sister, I text her, I'm like, "Hey, auntie, I'm number 2," and she was like, "What?"
Because in her mind, she was like, hell no. Not with this again.
But your parents was happy. My dad didn't find out till
I think it was like another month before he found out.
It was winter time already.
Hell yeah. She was scared. I was just like, man, look, if you don't tell him, I'm like, what are you gonna do? He can't do nothing to me. I wish he would put his hands on me. What was it, January?
That was my only ultrasound.
Yeah.
He only weighed 1 pound that day.
And then it was like right after that, that's when you started like stressing. Like she was heavy stressing, y'all. I ain't gonna tell. I mean, unless she wants to say why, I ain't gonna say why. But she was like, cause like when things happened, she was stressing. And I remember, when February came.
The Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day.
What happened on Valentine's Day?
You tell me. You saw it.
Oh, you talking when I saw you? Oh man, yeah.
You saw me, but you didn't see me.
Let me tell you. I'm coming. I get off work, so I was like, I said I'm gonna buy her something. I bought her, candy, flowers, and a bear. So I get to the house, and I'm like, I look down the street, so I'm like, who is that? I was like, that girl is carrying a weird looking bear. And I was like, whatever. So I go in the house, get in the house, and here she is. She comes in and it's my son in his little PJ outfit.
I had the baby carrier. He was in, stuffed up with blankets. I'm thinking it was cold because January was cold.
Yeah, February.
That day was like 50.
It was warm.
It
was 60.
February.
It was 60 something.
It was warm. I went outside. I'm like, wow, what's the waste? So I wrapped it around like, I don't know, what did I do?
Yeah, because I took my coat off. I had just a hoodie on that day.
Now I got trick card. That's it.
Yeah, when I had the whole bed, I had it
with a shape of a heart.
And I had the flower in there, and then I had a bear sitting there. I had all that stuff. I will buy her stuff every day.
I stood there watching him take out everything out of his car.
Yeah, she just watched from a distance. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, because she was like way down the street. I'm like, who is that with that bear?
It's like there's a church.
And way at the end of the block, she was at the corner of the block just looking like...
No, I was by the church.
When I saw you at the end of the street coming around. I saw you. So I was like, when I got to the stairs, that's when you was coming. I was like, who is that?
And
I just shook my
laughing.
head. I shook my head. I was like, that's a weird looking bear.
Mm-hmm. A little bear. Like, hi.
Yeah, everything was good until, one night I was asleep and then I woke up, she was crying. Don't know why she was crying until she told me. And I think that's why she, because then after that, a couple of days later, Jay, we was sitting there, we was watching Martin. It was our day off. I'm sitting there enjoying Martin on TV, like, oh man, this episode funny.
That was February 23rd.
And she was like, oh, I don't feel. She was like, I don't feel right, and I'm like, if it gets worse, we're gonna have to take.
No, I had cramps, like period cramps.
Yeah, you kept saying it was getting worse.
And not in the morning. I'm like, I could think, oh, I'm on my period.
I'm like, you can't get on your period when you're pregnant. That would be weird.
That didn't happen with Brian. Brian was different. But this one was like, I had like contractions. And I didn't know what they were. Because I never really had them early, remember?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So I waited over to what time? To 1 o'clock?
Nah, it was 12.
So I was in contraction for 3 hours.
Yeah, because we left around 12. We got to the hospital around 1. And then around...
But that year, his car was...
It wasn't yet.
It was getting
there. It was getting there. But around... What was it like? He was born at 4:55?
No. 3:01. 4:01.
Yeah, 4:01.
He weighed with 3:01. His time was 4:01.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because
that's how I remember it.
Because all I know is they put us in the room, and then we was like, wouldn't it be crazy if we be in the same room where we had our first son? And next thing you know, she was like, something's coming out, like she was like, maybe my water broke. So I looked down, and I'm like, your water didn't break? I was like, that's blood. So I ran out and said, hey, doctor, we need a doctor here. We need some
Then they
nurses.
gave me an ultrasound while in pain. I was like, oh my god, really? So and then they switched it from room to room.
Yeah, that's when we ended up in the room where we had our son. And we was like, oh, this is crazy. And then Nurse Marie came in again.
Oh, no.
And she was like, oh, it's you guys. And I was like, yeah. And next thing I know, what happened? Oh, they was like, oh, you gonna have to start pushing. They was like, wait. They was like, don't push. And then next thing they was like,
no, I started pushing. They didn't tell me because I felt him coming out.
Yeah,
like,
but they were getting ready. They were getting ready, and they was like, wait, don't push.
No, that lady wasn't even ready with her damn scrubs. I started pushing my own way. I'm like, no. And she was like, stop pushing. I'm here pushing still. Like, he's coming out of me.
And they was like, oh, man. And then they was like, we're going to have to move to a different room. I'm like, oh, no.
That's when I had C-section. Emergency C-section.
At that time, I'm hearing my son because, like, they were trying to get me to go to the room with her, but my son couldn't go, so they had one of the nurses watching him. So I was like, forget this. I was like, I'm going to go find my son because I hear him screaming. I go in, I see this lady trying to feed him. I'm like, he's not hungry. So I was like, come on, buddy. Went into the room, and I was like, well, I guess I'm going to have to wait here until, they come and get me because I was like, I don't know where the area is for her. And I was like, ain't nobody here to watch my first son. So
He was only 8 months. Oh.
yeah. And then here come, her family coming in, and they're like, oh, why you didn't call? I was like, do you see what's going on? It's an emergency. I'm not thinking about y'all. I'm thinking about getting her to the hospital, seeing what's going on, and then I said so many things was happening at once. So at that time, the nurse comes in. She's like, father of the baby. So I stand up, and then her daddy stands up, and then he goes over there, and then she's like, I'm talking to the father of the baby. He's like, well, I'm the father of the daughter. She was like, that doesn't mean anything. I need to see the father. So he keeps trying to talk, and she's like, sir, if you keep talking, I'm going to have to, call security on you. Because, in all, actuality, me and her father don't get along. More so on his side, because I try to get along with people. But, he doesn't like me. Don't care. It's whatever. So I go, and then she was like, you want to see your son? And I was like, yeah. So I go, they take me to this room, and I go in there, and I see him. He's laying there. And I'm like, man, look how small he is. She was like, yeah, he's 3 pounds, 1 ounce. And I was just smiling. So I go over to him, and I'm like, hey. I was like, hey, buddy. And he had his hand open, so I was like, it's your dad. And right when I put my finger on him, I said, if you can hear me, close your hand. He closes his hand, like right on my finger. And I didn't know there was other nurses in there, and they were watching, and they were like, wow, he knows who his dad is. It was like, that's amazing at being that small. So I sat there, and I took pictures of him so I could show Yadi, because I figured that, with her being in surgery, she would be still asleep. So I was like, I'm going to show her. So I go back, and I show everybody, like, look, this is how you look. And they're like, can we go over there and see him? I'm like, I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea, because they only want the parents to be there. So then the same nurse, she comes back again. She's like, oh, she wants to see you. So I'm like, okay. So I go, and they're talking about Yadi, because it was like she just woke up out of surgery. So I go in there, and she's like half there and half not there. It was like she was drunk.
So it was for his birthday. They asked me about my birthday.
Yeah.
My birthday was a weird birthday.
Yeah, her birthday was weird. Very weird.
What was it? 6?
Yeah, she made
23.91 or something like that, I said.
I think you said 6/17/91. I was like, no. I was like, whoa, you're way off.
No,
because she was mixing birthdays, and I was like, and the year.
The year I had it right. The month and the date, it was wrong.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. I was like, you're way off. And I was like, it's this. And then she was like, I was asking her stuff. She would do like this, like. I was like, what? I was about to say something funny, but I was like, I ain't gonna say. Yeah. And I was like, she know how I get. I was like, what? Give me another beer? I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. And she was just like,
Dad, that put me to sleep.
Like she was out of it,
First.
So
that night, that day when I went to the surgery, I feel like I was dying. That mask, it was like suffocating.
Yeah, anesthesia. Yeah. I felt bad because I wasn't there to keep her.
I was having an attack on there.
And then she makes me upset because when they bring her back to the room, and
they bring Jailen in there.
They bring Jay in there, so they're like, okay, if you can see him, let us know. They lower him down, and then she's like, okay, I can see him. They take him up out of her, she starts crying, so I'm like, what's going on? She's like, oh, I didn't see him. I was about to lose it. I
only saw his leg.
I got so upset. I was like, you could have told him, and like, I could have raised you up.
C-section hurt.
Yeah. Because when he was born, he didn't stay at that hospital. They had to take us from, because we was in New Jersey at the time, so they took him from New Jersey, south part of New Jersey. They went from there all the way to Philadelphia.
Wasn't that Central Philly?
Yeah. Yeah, he was in the downtown Philadelphia. And we had to go stay at the Ronald McDonald's house. And we stayed there for a while.
A month and a half.
And man, let me tell you, when we went there, my car started having problems. And I'm going to tell you how good God is, because my car broke down. I got so angry because I was like, I was going to, I just got my money. I just got paid to get it fixed. And then this happens. And then next thing you know, I get a phone call. My dad was like, hey, I found a car. You know, all you got to do is come down and come get it. So I was like, all right, cool. So I fly all the way down to Florida, get this car. And then I had to hurry up, drive back, because we had to get our stuff and come out of the Ronald McDonald's house. But my son, you know, our son is still in Philadelphia.
Yeah, and I flew out a day after him.
Yeah,
with Brian.
She could have came with
9 months
me.
already.
Yeah. But, you know, in all, it was a good experience to see.
I know, like that one little boy who was blind. He was trying to eat, but his parents had to feed him. That was sad.
Yeah, it was something. You know, I pray for all those families in there, because, you know, we was here because our son was premature, and a lot of them, their kid was either blind, deaf.
There were major things.
Couldn't speak. And, you know, I prayed for them, because I was like, I know our son can make it. But I was like, when he makes it, these kids still got to live with what they have, with what they can't see or anything like that. And, you know, it was just something. But, you know, when we ended up back at, you know, her parents' house until Jay was able to come back, I remember it was like right close to my birthday. It was a week before. And I was at work, and then Yadi called me and was like...
I didn't eat all day that day. So I was so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm eating. And then they called me. You can come get your something. Yes!
I was like, she called, I was like, is it time? And everybody that I work with came over like, what, is it time? I was like, yeah. And they was like, go get your son, go get him. They was like, don't worry about it, we got it. And I was like, all right. I was like... Because I told my job about it, and everybody was praying for us and, you know, wishing us well. And then when they found out that, because I thought I was going to be off in time, but it was still early. It was like, what, like 10 or 11?
Yeah.
It was early, so it was like, I was like, man. They were like, even like the manager, he was like, go get your son, go. So I was like, all right. So I'm leaving, I'm speeding home, and then I get there, grab Yachty, then we take off to Philadelphia, and then I'm waiting in the car, and then here she comes in with Jay.
All stuff, because they never clean his nose.
Yeah, they never clean. You know what? Yeah, that you know what, y'all? For everybody that's pregnant out there and they about to have a kid, please watch these people. I'm telling you, you gotta watch them, because if you don't, they will take advantage and try to do things whenever you're not around. If your kid is staying there over, like, you know, over a certain period of time. This has been a long video, but if y'all enjoyed this story time, y'all let us know in the comment section. Once again, hit it with a like, subscribe to the channel, keep comments positive, because we love seeing the positive comments. We love you all.
That's funny. 24 minutes, your 24 number.
Yep. But it's your boy B-Mac. Got my beautiful queen right here.
Yachty.
AKA Sunshine. And we out. Peace.